Mac and cheese is probably everybody's favorite meal. And usually people reach for the box, right? But this recipe really only takes about 10 minutes more than the box, and it's 10 times more delicious. So why don't you give it a try? The first thing you want to do when you're making pasta is put the water on to boil right away. And then while you are boiling your water, you can grate your cheese. And often I'll just do something like this on the weekend or in the morning or whatever. Just when I have 5 minutes of extra time, I'll just spend it grating cheese. I know, that sounds fun, right? Take your extra 5 minutes and spend it grating cheese. You want an amount that's equal to about 4.5 cups of grated cheese and then about 1/4 cup of Parmesan. So now I'm going to make a roux, which is a combination of butter and flour that's used to thicken all kinds of liquid sauces. So this is going to be 6 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to melt. Then when it's melted, add an equal amount of flour. That would be 6 tablespoons. Whisk it until it's not lumpy and it's bubbling. Just want to let it cook for 1 minute, and get the milk and the broccoli. Secret ingredient, broccoli. The 6 tablespoons of flour and butter roux is enough to thicken 4 cups of milk. As you're whisking, add your milk. This is the kind of scary part. I think this is the reason maybe people don't want to make macaroni and cheese at home, because they're like, my sauce is gonna be lumpy, I don't know what to do. But do it slowly, in a slow stream. It's gonna look like a little bit lumpy. Just do it a little bit at a time and keep whisking, and it'll smooth out. The worst case scenario is that there are a couple of lumps left in there, and you can strain the sauce if you really have to. And now I can add more because about half the milk is already incorporated, and at this point it probably won't get lumpy. So just let that come to a boil. You should stir this pretty frequently, but it doesn't have to be constant. That sauce has to cook for 10 or 15 minutes. And now my water. I use a lot of salt in my pasta water, and you should too, because it really inserts flavor into your pasta that would not otherwise get in there. 1 pound of pasta. Elbows is classic, but any shape is fine. While I'm waiting for my sauce to boil and my pasta to cook, what I like to do is put some broccoli in. It can be any vegetable, but I love broccoli and cheese sauce, and who doesn't? My kids do too, so this is a great way to feel just a little bit less guilty about giving them a bowl of cheesy pasta for dinner. So this is a big, huge pile of broccoli. I'll use probably about 3/4 of this, but before I do that, I'm gonna finish my cheese sauce. I have kind of cool seasonings in this. A little unusual, actually. Old Bay is a spice mix, and then mustard powder. Add that too, whisk it around. Okay, just put your broccoli right into your pot of boiling water with your pasta, and then just let that cook for literally a minute. Now here's the crazy thing, like all of this cheese, it looks like so much, it disappears into basically nothing. Don't skimp on the cheese, because this is what makes it delicious. I know you might want to, because it seems like a lot, but it's not like you're eating this every day, right? Well, you might want to after you make this one though. Now the broccoli and the pasta can be drained. Shake it. And then put it back in, because you want plenty of room to mix the cheese sauce with your pasta. When you're making a sauce like this, just remember that cheese is quite salty. I bet you a lot of you would probably think this doesn't need any salt at all, but I'm gonna add just a little bit. I have what's known in some circles a salty palate. A little bit of black pepper too. And then just pour it in. What you're gonna get is like a really, really, really creamy, creamier even than your box, I think. Look at that. Doesn't that make you happy? It makes me happy. And really, my kids, thanks, Mom. We love you. Literally. I mean, don't you love me all the time? That's what I want to know. Delicious and creamy with a little bit of vegetable in there, and it took less than 30 minutes. I really think you should try it.